what the
but
fuck
this is
going
my
on.
whole list is about just fucking like it's just
Loads
about
and
weird.
dropping.
Yeah, it's tonight's a blue show. We're working blue because we were talking to Dino tonight. And Dino was telling the story.
Yeah.
Here, get ready to go, chartreuse.
Dino has this classic story.
That's green.
that he's told a million times.
I know, it's beyond blue.
I'm pretty sure Dino's told this story on the podcast where Dino's like he was in a hotel somewhere out of town and he ran into a trans. He knew he or she and put a pin in your offense because that's the point of the story. Is that he was like he saw a kind of prostitute-y kind of figure hanging outside a hotel that upon first sight of him said like, "Hi, room 315." And he was like, okay. And then later on that night, he went up to the room, and then this person who was presenting as a very attractive woman, but who had a wiener, and that Dino knew had a wiener when he saw her, but like was like, I'm into this. I'm going to go to this room, and he went to the room, and then like he has this sexual encounter with this person, and he was retelling the story tonight, and I just thought it was so funny because while he was saying it, was like, I don't know if it's like a man or a woman, and that triggered my like millennial I was like, well, come on, you have to what were they presenting as? But it's so funny because Dino's the new Archie Bunker because all he's like we were like riffing on if All in the Family was made today, Meathead would be the one going, Archie, come on. Are you telling me you spent the night with this person? You don't know what they were presenting as, what pronoun they preferred? And Archie Bunker would be the one going, ah, geez, Meathead, look, I sucked on the dick. I fucked the butt. What does it matter? Jesus Christ. It was just like the Gen X mentality because I was like, I don't know. It's a fucking dude. It's a girl. It's like he was in the bed. Oh, jeez, I got the poop in the dick and I'm licking the balls and I don't care what that's a clit or a pussy. What is this person? Yeah, geez, Meathead. It's pretty funny to me that truly, because I was like, we were riffing on that, but it's like it actually is the case that today's Meathead. Watch the show All in the Family. I'm going to have this guy on the show, Norman Lear, who's like 903.
You're going to bring Norman Lear on the show?
Well, I got an in. We could have him.
Oh,
we could have them tomorrow.
I could have him on a paper plate.
Norman Lear, we've got a new pitch for you.
But
All in the Family, but
matter.
all in the right now.
All right. Knock it off. Okay.
Knocking it off.
All right. Come on, for the nation.
Okay, well, for those of you, has anyone heard the Pringles Dick song here before? Oh, only a couple, good.
Yeah, come on. These are all new people.
On the tour bus, I don't know if you guys have ever been on the road with, taking a road trip. I've traveled around with some comedians, and we do a thing, and for some reason, our tour manager insists on Pringles. I don't know that any of us truly loves Pringles, but they're there. They're ubiquitous, and I picked up a tin of Pringles, and the full tennis ball size canister of Pringles, and I held it to my dick. And do you want to sing it with me, or should I?
No, you do it. Yeah. Come on, take your fucking.
All right, so as I'm sitting with a Pringles dick in my lap, like it's a big heart on it. Some people call me Pringles dick, but I never really found out why. I don't really have a Pringles dick. I just keep my dick inside. I keep my dick inside a Pringles can because it keeps my penis safe and dry. Some people call me Pringles dick, but I never really found out. No, I never found out. I never really found out why.
That's really satisfying. Nobody can hurt me.
Remember that one New Year's where it was like, I think we both of us like were in our 30s, like you just turned 30 and it was a New Year's and we were like, well, party's over. New Year's, we're 30 now. Let's that we're not gonna go out and have fun and rave it up with all those youngins and stuff. Let's stay home and watch some TV, and we'll call it a night, around 11:30 or something like that. And your girlfriend at the time came over and she was like, yeah, I guess I'll do that too. I got a bag of mushrooms that I found in the freezer, and it was like a trash bag. They're in the freezer. They've been there for about a year or something. They're not. Let me tell you something. They're not gonna work. We're not gonna get high. So if anybody wants them, and we all went, sure.
Was I there too? Was I there for this?
I don't think you were there. I think we were trying to get you there. I think we were on the phone with you, and you're like, I'm not.
But you
coming
kept
over
saying,
there.
"Who's there? How late are you going to be there? I'll be there." It's an inside joke. It's what Jeff always does.
Okay. So I remember. No. We'll get back to this pain. We'll get back to it. So anyway,
Want to find out?
this is one of my favorite memories of hanging out with Dan. It was like you, me, Chris Tallman. It was like Robin Roth, and she puts them down there, and we're like going, oh, okay. Oh, there's all these mushrooms. All right. Well, I guess I'll take a handful too. I remember looking at my hand and a pile of mushrooms, and I'm like going, no, okay. You said this is just, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Famous last words. We all went, fuck it. Oh man, I'm so fucking old. Jeez, that's 30 years old. Holy shit. No, it's all over with. Oh, I think we were both broke at the time and whatever. And then Robin I brought my Dance Dance Revolution machine around here. All right, hooks it up to the TV, and Chris Tallman and I are sitting just kind of crashed out on the couch watching it, kind of sleepily watching it. And Dan's in front of us on the Dance Dance Revolution. And it starts off, the music's like, dun, 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 and he's going, bum, 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 and then clears the level, you did it, and then the beat keeps going, every level goes, lights and stuff like that, and all of a sudden lights are coming out of the TV, and Dan is like dancing. Dan is dancing. Level 12, level 13.
Perfect.
It's on level 15, 20, 67, 109.
Who are you?
Dan's like going, I can't stop losing. I can't stop losing. And Tallman and I are like going,
I can't stop losing. I looked over at Rob.
We're all dancing.
If I was playing any other game, I'd be like, well, I looked over at Rob, and Rob was going,
the whole room is alive.
He was watching Seth Rogen just be magically good at dancing. And
then it just like the music is like going through the roof, and our ears are shattering. And I looked at Chris Tallman and I went, oh no. And he said, yeah, we took way too much. And we were just like, like we were going hyper speed, like Dan's dancing all over the place. Robin took off and ran down the street, and like it was just like, it was the I think the most high I've ever been in my life. Like the walls were growing hair and everything was like black light, but there was nothing on, and we were and then like Steve Agee gave me like a
hand job.
What? He gave me a hand job. No, he gave me like a couple days earlier like a videotape of like unaired, famous unaired pilots that you never seen or something like that, just clips of it. And they had like the the original pilot for the Munsters.
Oh God!
Which, because what you don't know is that they shot two pilots for the Munsters
that night. That was that night. That's when it became a bad trip.
Yeah,
it became a bad trip.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I could dance. And we were like so happy, and then we watched.
Your legs I couldn't see them anymore. They were moving so fast.
I was like, there's God made the game. God made my feet.
It's like,
I got nothing to do with this. Perfect. The game was like, who are you? like call Konami. You have a vacation awaiting you. And I was like, no, I can't.
So you lose, and I put in this.
But then we watched original Munsters. There was like the original Munsters. So you guys don't even know the Munsters, but there was like a Herman Munster, and there was Mrs. Munster, and there was other Munsters.
Who knows the Munsters? Okay.
There was a
Monster
there was
family.
a son. There was a son. Eddie. Thanks, kids. Thanks. He was he had a widow's peak and blah blah blah. That's the recast. Like that's the Michael J. Fox. There was an Eric Stoltz of the Munsters. So then they showed it, and it was like, and the kid's name was like
Happy something.
Happy
His first
Smith.
name was Happy Smith
There's
or
this
whatever.
kid.
Same cast.
The
Everything
original
is
idea with Eddie Munster is that he was part werewolf.
Yeah.
And so, they show the Munsters. It's Fred Gwynn, and he's everything's the normal Munsters, and then this fucking kid comes down the stairs and goes ah, and he was like a werewolf boy, and like we were on mushrooms and shit got dark.
Because I don't remember putting in the tape, but I put it in tape, and then we were like watching it, and then we just said, whatever, and we started talking about, yeah, man, like it's just so great that we know each other after all this time, and just your comedy is just speaks
Remember
to me.
when Dan was doing such a good job dancing?
My God, that was so great.
How come we all became Morrissey?
All of a sudden, and we were like,
it became a bummer because once when you're doing psychedelic drugs, like, oh yeah, have a great time, but then there's always that moment when there's the one thing that unexpectedly you're like, wait, if that's true, if there's a kid who thought he was gonna be Eddie Munster, who never got to be Eddie Munster just because he was ugly and terrifying, which is what Munsters are supposed to be, like, well, then what are we and what are we doing with our lives, and why am I 32 and on drugs? Like, I have shit to do. I like my accountant is wondering where I am tonight, and he just fucking tailspin. I wanted to kill myself.
It's pretty weird. Like, just imagine like any sitcom where everything's the same except the one thing that was like a side character comes in and is just like going, yeah. I mean, that was the original version of Eddie Munster. Pretty funny, but it didn't really fly. But it didn't
land with them. But there's a different.
This here's what they call a Truckercudgel. When you're at a truck stop and things get hairy, you can push people back with it, crack a few skulls. They used to be used to check tires, but with the advent of the pressure gauge, that usage fell out. And now, truck stuff just goes with the clubs.
So how does it work?
You crack it against the skull, and hopefully they go down.
But with a tire, for checking a tire, how does that work?
That's why you get tire gauges. You just use a gauge.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
This is
that whole
definitely
sound thing
for
was
hurting
real?
people.
Oh.
No, it was, but now I'm lying to you on camera.
I see.
Yeah.
What are these things for?
See, what these used to be called is, citrus sacks. That fell out of favor when food branding really took prominence. But, citrus sacks were used to stop scurvy.
Huh.
And, the pirates used them, and they were pretty popular. I guess the pirates like lemons, more of Sprite drinkers than Fanta, but, citrus sacks.
What's the deal with this guy over here?
That's Dan Harmon. All good truckers carry, a comedy, writer, because it gets lonely on the road and also not very interesting most of the time. So it's a pretty important. Nowadays, it's really an institution. The whole bring Dan Harmon with your payload sort of thing.
Excellent. All right, this has been very informative. Thank you, Spencer.
Yep. No
Trucker Talk with Spencer Crittenden. Gonna talk some truck.